And I was like, oh, it's a brown girl who's leading. I want to be told that you're hot.
Oh my gosh, so real. Sometimes you got to use it.
Sometimes you got to do it. Reparations.
Agreed. Okay, Varada, for anyone who might not know you, tell us a bit about yourself.
I am of Kerala heritage. I was born and raised in Kerala until I was 6, so not actually raised that long. Okay, we settled in Durham and then Newcastle. I'm an actor. This is where I've landed.
Let's take it back to the start first. So Kerala, when did you leave and what was it like growing up there?
It was me, my parents, my twin, Abby. We left when I think I was about 6 or 7.
Okay, like really developmental years.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Were there any moments of growing up in Newcastle, maybe feeling like you need to assimilate to British culture and that not coming naturally to you?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably, as I got older, it's the feeling of otherness, which I just don't remember having when I was younger. And my mum said that as well the other day. She was like, you know, little kids, when we first went to the school, she was like, everyone wanted to be your friends. The otherness was something that was just as exciting to them as well.
Right.
And it wasn't, you know, seen as lesser or anything. So I, specifically like racism, I didn't experience that when I was little. But then it's kind of, as you get older, you get the sense that like, oh, I'm not seen as the same.
Right.
And also, I'm also being told by my parents to not see them as the same.
Right.
And you kind of, I think there's a period where you other yourself.
Yeah.
And then suddenly you're like, no, actually, it's the rebellious side. I want to move away from my Indian heritage. And then you do everything you can to suppress that side. And like,
100%.
No, that's not me. I'm so British.
I'm so British, yeah. Pronouncing your name is something that you've touched on before and how important it is to you as you get through your career. When did you have that thought of like, I really want to claim Varada?
I think the first time it felt important to me was when I moved schools from like, I don't know, middle school to high school or something. And I just got so sick of being called Varada or, you know, the worst would be veranda. And it was like,
You're like, girl, where are you adding these letters from, please?
Where,
please.
Like, that's another word, that's not a name. And when I moved into my new school, I think I just kind of wanted to reclaim my name. And it was like, you're either gonna say it properly or try.
Yeah.
Or you call me V. And that meant that everyone just called me V.
Right. But at least you chose that. You chose that.
Exactly, exactly. And I think as I've moved on in my career, I've just felt it's so important when someone asks me my name to give them the opportunity to hear it said properly. That is so important. Whether they can recreate it or not is like that's their skill set, and that's
you can't control that.
I can't control that.
No.
So, but you're gonna hear it come out of my mouth
for sure,
as it should be said.
Let's talk about your career. You are doing so fantastically, but I want to take it back to the start. What was it like, you know, pursuing acting in your household? Were your parents supportive, a bit skeptical?
My family have always been supportive in me doing acting as a hobby.
Hobby, keyword hobby.
As a side.
Because I hear it. Yeah, no, I want to hear the story. I want to hear the story.
Like, have fun, do it. But what's your real job?
Yeah.
No, I always loved performing, and I think that's something that my family have always, they're always keen on. Like, we love the arts, and I'm so grateful to come from a family that loves music and theatre. So that is in my blood.
Right, creativity championed.
And it's exactly, in the sense of actually practicing art, absolutely championed. But you have to have a real job.
Yeah, it's like, head back to the biology textbooks, babe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, I did a science degree, and I think for them it was like, okay, you just need to, the compromise was that I get a degree done.
Okay.
Which I'm sure lots and lots of people treat that like that's when I've mentioned it, I feel like British culture is very, wow, that's so cool, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
But speak to every single South Asian creative.
Yeah,
we all have a degree in our pockets.
Yeah, 100%. I was en route to be a finance babe. I was like, please let me be creative. And it's almost like,
it's not that special for us.
It's not that special, and it's obviously like I'm proud of my degree, but it's full
it was.
It's for the village. It's for the community a bit more. It's to be like, okay, can you now take me seriously? You got this.
Yeah.
Can I do what I want?
Now I want to do. I've done that for you. Now I'm doing it this for
Yeah.
me. It was a journey to get them to come round, and I think it's all rooted again in wanting stability and security and you know, a safe, and I cannot fault them for that.
No.
Because being an actor is so unpredictable.
Do you feel like there was the mentality of, amazing, you want this, now you go get it, almost like, did they put any typical South Asian mentality, values, lessons into you in your working career?
Yeah. So I think the first thing my dad said was, fine, if you're going to be an actor, you have to be the best one.
Yeah, this is
So
what I was
like,
getting at. And it's like,
okay, so I have to channel my overachievement like into this as well.
He's like, I want an Oscar tomorrow.
Yeah. You're going to do this, you better. But even if he hadn't said that, that's something that I would internalize.
That's in
I
you,
think.
that's your
It's in me.
drive.
It's like, it's not just me taking a gamble, it's me and every other girl or boy or people, every single child that's behind me that wants to follow this as a career. I'm taking all of their hopes as well, because
100%.
if I fall down, then I will be the reason that someone else doesn't get to do it.
Oh, you know they love to say, look at what happened to Shini. Look what happened to Varada.
Yeah.
They love to say it.
But I want to be the reason that somebody gets to do it.
100%. Yeah.
So that was probably one value, but I think that was in me anyway. It was like, I have to be the best now. I'm gambling, not just things that are happening in my life, but also potential futures of other people, and also, you know, like how my parents are going to be perceived, which none of those things actually matter.
No, it is also hard as an immigrant child not to be so aware of these things.
Yeah.
And so aware of the sacrifices your parents made and the risks that they took.
Yeah.
For you to then kind of like take such big risks of your own.
Yeah. And
So-
without acknowledging it at all. It
Yeah.
would just be insensitive. It would be obtuse to
Yeah.
act as if those things don't play a part in who you are. And I think the other thing is also probably just that you're so aware, again, that you're representing a group of people, even if it's not said to you.
100%.
Especially as a woman of color, when you are in certain spaces, you feel like you're representing, okay, I need to do a good job here so that, again, I'm not the reason that somebody else doesn't get hired.
For sure. Speaking of things that you can be proud of, Varada, you are booked and busy. You've been on so many iconic franchises. We've got Star Wars, Doctor Who, Jurassic World. You're like collecting them like Infinity Stones at this point. What's it like being part of such iconic worlds?
The inner child in me is
Squealing?
Screaming.
Nice.
Screaming.
God, mine too, for you. So I can't imagine what it's like being you.
Yeah, it's incredible. It feels like everything, like all of the sacrifices, or all the stress, or all the challenges that I've had to work through are all worth it. They were all worth it. I am where I am because of everything I've been through, but it's like, this is what I wanted. I'm getting to literally live my dreams.
Let's talk about Doctor Who. So you work with Shruti, phenomenal actor, also a person of colour.
Yeah.
You guys are two of the main characters in such an iconic series, but also from ethnic minorities. What has it been like sharing that experience together?
It has been so amazing to be able to hold that space and literally hold hands in some cases through an experience that someone else can relate to on that deeper level. It's so amazing to be alongside someone and be the face of a franchise together. It's been so special to share that with someone.
Was there a moment on that Doctor Who set where you really, within your own brain, were like, oh my gosh, I've done this?
Yeah, they arranged a meeting or an interview kind of thing where they recorded us. I got to meet Carol Ann Ford, who is the OG, the first ever companion. And it was set up in this way that's like the first ever companion talking to the most recent one. And as I was having this conversation with her, like the history of 60 years just came crashing down on me.
Wow.
And the gravity of
what you were going to embark
being,
on.
but that I had been part of, because you could, to a certain extent, push it to the back of your mind that you're part of this. But like in that moment, talking to the person that did it for the first time, that for me was like, it went through me.
Wow.
Completely. It was so, and for it to just be, accepted.
Do you remember the reaction when your first episode came out of Doctor Who as a companion and what that felt like?
I was so nervous. In the lead up to it, it was like, this is such an intangible thing in my head. Like, I know what it looks like because they've sent me links and I have a sense for what it is, but I had no idea how it's going to be received. So I was so nervous. And it just felt like overnight, there was just so much love. And I felt like the love I had was, not just proportionate, but like tenfold. I felt so grateful, so grateful.
Did you see the reaction to the final episode from the fans?
I did.
Thoughts? I'm gonna leave this with you now.
I feel like the majority, it was just, again, so much love.
So much love.
So much love. The reactions that always make me laugh, it's a bit unfair because I think the writing was beautiful. I think it was tied up in a way that was perfect. I cannot think of a better way of completing that circle. But it's always like, oh, I can't believe I won't get to see Belinda. Like it's a frustration that comes from people loving Belinda so
100%.
much that they're like, I can't believe I don't get more.
But you were happy. You were really happy with that final episode.
Yeah, I mean, it was so beautifully tied up.
I don't know if we're allowed to have an inside scoop here, but is it all wrapped with Doctor Who? Will we ever see you again on screens there?
I would love to go back if they'll have me back, but it's all wrapped up for now.
Okay.
But the doors, I mean, I don't know, what Russell left it as was the door's always open.
I want to throw it back way earlier to near the start of your career. Because random side quest, you won Miss Newcastle?
Yeah.
And you were part of the beauty pageant world. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Oh my God. It was a very strange time. And the day of, I had to take like a half day off school. The whole thing was just like, I can't believe I'm taking a day off.
Your friends are like, where are you going? And you're like, just don't worry about it.
Just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it. But even to the teachers, it's like, I've got a thing. It's a religious thing. It happened to me.
It happened to me. It's so funny.
But the thing that Miss Newcastle did give me was the confidence to take a gap year and actually give acting a go.
Stunning.
Even though they're two very, very different worlds. For me, it was like, well, I'm being... Also, when you're like 17, you want to be told that you're hot.
Oh my gosh, so real.
So like that, and it was like, okay, well now I have this validation.
No, yeah.
I could go into acting, probably.
Sure.
It's kind of adjacent.
Okay, so funny about the religious thing. Did you ever use that to kind of get away with anything else at school?
Yeah, I mean, we had a no makeup policy, no nail varnish, no piercings, no eyeliner, but actually, this is a South Asian thing. Like, we get our ears pierced when we're like infants.
So true. It is cultural.
I had ear piercings.
Yes.
I'm not going to take them out.
I'm not going to take them out.
I got additional ones that maybe weren't religious, but they fell under the religious thing.
100%.
And I also absolutely wore eyeliner and said that it was a religious thing.
You know, culture is really important to
It
us.
is, culture is
It's
so
spiritual.
important to us. This is a representation of girlhood, womanhood, whatever. I don't know. Nobody questions it. That's what was so great. It felt bulletproof.
Obviously, we're here, we're talking all things representation. What was representation like when you were growing up, and do you think we've come a long way since?
I feel like we had a good... No, it's never good enough. Never good enough level of representation, but I think it looked like our community was on screen at the very least. You know, there was things like, there was things like Goodness Gracious Me.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of them had the same cast or the same creators behind it, but it felt like it was building momentum and then something just fell through. So then suddenly no one was like the lead in a big series. No one was, I didn't even feel like I saw many series regulars. Never mind.
I'd agree, yeah.
I can't think of any.
Yeah.
Because we had like, in the early 2000s, you had Bend It Like Beckham.
Yeah.
And you saw the same people, fine, but you saw them and they were like celebs. And then there was just this dry patch, we didn't see them. So I would like to think that we are this time actually moving forward.
Resurgence with sustainability.
Yeah. Now we've got, Simone Ashley that did Bridgerton, and Ambika who did One Day. There's South Asian faces that are holding their own and that are leads, and we're nailing it.
We are. We need to touch on Simone because she's just so iconic. Do you like have a moment where you saw that Bridgerton post and you were like,
Yeah. I mean, I think that was the first time that I feel like that might have been the beginning of and Never Have I Ever was the other one.
Yes.
It was like, oh, we're like carrying the shows.
I completely agree. Is there any genres that you'd maybe want to see more South Asian people in?
Yeah, I mean, all of them.
Yeah.
All of them. There's just not enough representation. I love the idea of seeing like a proper action girly. I don't even want to say girly, like an action hero.
Yes.
In the way that, I mean, there's not enough female, action anyway, but like I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
I'd love to see leading rom-coms, period dramas. I mean, it's everything. We're making moves, but I would like more in everything.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Is there a South Asian icon that you specifically looked up to as a little girl? If I brought her here or him here, fangirl central.
In British?
Wherever.
Because, I mean, in like, if we're talking about Bollywood.
Oh yeah, tell me about Bollywood.
It would be Madhuri Dixit, Kajol, and Shah Rukh Khan. Obviously.
Nice, that's a good.
Amir Khan as well, fine.
Of course.
But over here, it legit was Meera Syal. So when I met her, it was like, I couldn't believe this woman who was so funny and so clever and so talented. She was my icon for me here. And Archie Punjabi as well.
Yeah.
Because I loved her in Bend It Like Beckham, and I really got into The Good Wife when I was at uni, weirdly. And, she plays this...
She's very layered in that.
She's great.
Yeah.
Also a queer woman,
Yes.
playing a queer woman, which was also very, very, like, unusual.
Yeah.
I remember that, like, kind of it affecting me, seeing that and seeing, I don't know, just representation on so many levels. It was great.
100%. Well, I love that. Varada, you're doing so much to, again, pave the way, and I'm sure that you'll be someone's mirror too. So I think we should raise a glass to South Asian excellence in the creative industries. Cheers.
Cheers.